We're kicking off this episode with a likely scenario that Indonesia has avoided a train bombing after a suspected terrorist with a live bomb was apprehended on 31st July in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The suspect was apprehended by Indonesia's elite anti-terrorist unit, Densus 88, at Solo Balapan train station in central Java after boarding the prestige Gajayana train in the city of Malang in East Indonesia earlier that day.
Yeah. The suspect, currently only identified as a male with the initial N, was detected to have left his hometown of Malang earlier, as national police apparently already had a tap on him. Why he was able to board the train with a live bomb, though, is not known yet. Soon after the arrest, an anti-terrorist raid was carried out by Densus 88 in the town of Batu, near Malang, also in East Java. A second suspect was arrested there, which later proved to be a family member. In a later statement by national police, it was announced that the would-be terrorists had plans to go for a suicide attack at places of worship somewhere in Indonesia.
The town of Batu might not ring a bell instantly, but that was the town where Malaysian bomb doctor Azahari detonated himself after he was about to be apprehended on terrorism charges. He was involved in the planning and execution of over a dozen bombings in Southeast Asia in the early 2000s. The twin bomb attack on the resort island of Bali on 12 October 2002 left 203 people dead.
I think we all know that bombing, right?
Yeah.
From memory, I know where I was when I read the news.
I was in Jakarta, that vacation.
Yeah.
I didn't always hear that. Apparently, I was in 2006. Same as
Yeah, I had to move to Italy.
but I came on vacation the first time 2002, 2003, 2004.
On August 27, 2011, a staffed Gajayana train without passengers was hijacked by a then member of the Indonesian Armed Forces, TNI. He was named Bakso. That hijacking started just after the station of Hargelis near Cirebon in West Java and was ended at Pasar Senen station in Jakarta, where a large number of Densus 88 staff was waiting. The hijacker was found to suffer from a depression.
So that was news. Johan is white.
What?
I'm dark-skinned. Did you notice that?
Dude, I don't see color.
Really?
No.
I didn't see that. Oh, I just know it because people told me.
Pretty straight about it.
So based on that, both we have different experiences in Indonesia because the way of most Indonesians allegedly see me and Johan.
Yeah, I think so.
So Indonesian people tend to know where you are from, which is very important. The ethnicity is a very important aspect of Indonesian culture. So Indonesians tend to identify themselves locally foremost according to their ethnicity, family, birthplace, religion. An Indonesian regional, linguistic and ethnical background must be considered in order to fully understand that individual's cultural influences. Yeah, most people, for example, do not believe that I'm from the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah. He still doesn't believe it.
I don't.
I don't believe it myself.
I think many people in the Netherlands don't believe.
They don't. So now I'm just acting. My touch is pretty good, and I'm a good actor. Like. So that the thing in Indonesia is one of the first questions asked is, where are you coming from? To me, to you, to every foreigner. So they mostly think I'm a foreigner, but not always. So if I answer to be from the Netherlands, which is Belanda in Indonesian, the answer is mostly, but your face looks Indian, Arabic, from Indonesia, sometimes in Medan.
Yeah.
In Medan, you have Indian people that transmigrated from India to the east of Indonesia, Sumatra. So let's talk about Medan for a bit. Medan is in Sumatra. Medan residents must be familiar with the same name called Kampung Keling, which is located in Jalan Zainul Afrin area. I've been there once.
Yep.
It's called Kampung Keling because it's inhabited by many people of Indian descent. So I feel like I'm one of them. Or they think I'm one of them if I don't open my mouth, basically. The term or phrase Orang Keling is a term of people with a black skin, basically. usually used to refer Indians. Usually, not always, but most of the time.
If I'm not mistaken, that term is also used in Malaysia.
Oh yeah?
Same kampung keling.
I see.
I'll confirm that. I'm not really sure. I've heard it before, and it's from Medan.
I'll say. But also to the Indian.
Refers to Indian in kampung, yes.
Yeah.
This is absolutely.
However, now Kampung Keling has changed their name to Kampung Madras or Little India.
That sounds better.
That sounds better, yeah. And that's the official name, is Madras.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Keling is basically what they use in the local communities on the street.
This makes sense.
So, what is the origin of the area located in Polania and Petisa districts being known as Kampung Keling? Well, Medan city historian M. Aziz Rizki Lubis is his name, explained that the name Kampung Keling began when the Dutch occupied Medan city.
Oh, there we go.
There we go again.
It's awful. Sorry.
Something to do with Dutch again. Now, but
Sorry.
since I'm not Dutch, nobody can blame here.
I apologize.
So at that time, basically, workers from India were sent to the East Sumatra region to work as plantation workers.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, my experience in Indonesia, as I said, as a dark-skinned person, is next. Basically, I can only talk about myself. Other dark-skinned people probably have similar experiences or other experiences. I don't know. But I have certain advantages. For example, when I was in Bali, on the terrace in Bali, near the beach, Bali beach boys, the guys that has money to sit in the terrace, they ask if I'm a foreigner or not. They doubt, but they're not sure. A white person basically pays, in that time, it was in the 2008 or 7, 100,000 rupiahs, $6-7, for an hour sitting on a terrace.
To rent
Beach chair, yeah,
beach chairs, right?
beach chair. Yes, yeah, it's a better term. I said, no, I'm from Medan. That we thought I'm from Kampung Keling, man. Yeah, I'm Indian. I can say that. He can never say that.
You cheated the system.
Yeah. So even though if he lives here 30 years and speaks the language fluently, he can't ever say that. He is a white guy, and he's always gonna be seen as a tourist.
Yeah, I can say that, but I doubt they will believe me. I don't think it works like that.
I don't think so. No. So I'm from Medan, Kampung Madras or Kampung Keling, and then it's only 20,000 rupiah
Back then.
Yeah, so 5 times less than I paid. So that's how it works. That is one of my advantages that I abuse here. So don't report me, but
it's not abuse. It's using.
Yeah,
It's perfectly illegal and it's illegal job, right?
So yeah, it's basically I'm not agree with the price. So
Sure.
I can say whenever I want to lower the price, it's not illegal.
No, and I can only ask for it and beg for it.
Yeah, back for it.
My trick is to ask for a free beer. That's what I did last time.
Yeah,
I rented the ones in Seminyak Beach,
yeah.
which were cheaper than a few years ago still.
Okay.
200 for me as a white foreigner for a limited time, which is better than it was last time.
And you got it?
I got it, but I know it's half price. It's still around 100, but limited time. So what I did, it's okay, 200 is okay, but I want to have one fresh carbonate and then cold beer.
Okay, just say that. Show me the local guy.
So I got a
guy. Yeah.
So I got a free beer, even though I paid for it. It's free. It's not. It's
Bring here after you pay for it. That is free. But you paid less. Yeah.
And then I got a deal out of it. And well, you're Dutch, I'm Dutch, and we know we like deals.
Yeah, we always nego.
Perfect solution to the problem.
Yeah, that's one of the things of Dutch people. We always try to lower the price, negotiate. So
here's a clip of a typical young man who thinks he's on top of the world. Which we all did when we were in our late teens, though, except not all of us were driving on a motorcycle. This is not a moped, as these two-wheel things have well over 100 cc's engines. And dangerous other road users. The clip starts where a young man is adjusting his muffler on the arm of a police officer that has stopped him earlier. With translation for you.
Unbelievable.
Nou, hier komt dat de clip.
Simpan ke bawah situ. Udah gitu. Lebih bagus kayak gitu. Ya. Jangan minta maaf sama saya.
Ya, Pak.
nggak usah minta maaf sama saya. Minta maaf sama orang-orang di jalan yang udah kena potmu itu.
Iya Pak.
Plat nomornya gimana itu?
Ya Pak, nanti saya ganti Pak.
Hah?
Ganti. Kalau misalnya ketemu Bapak
Sekarang nggak minta nanti saya, mintanya sekarang. Yang depan nggak dipasang, kenapa alasannya? Coba alasannya apa?
lagi. Salah Pak.
Hah?
Salah Pak.
Enggak, saya tanya bukan salah apa benernya, kenapa nggak dipasang? Alasannya apa?
Buat variasi itu doang Pak.
Hah?
Variasi doang Pak.
Variasi, terus bagus kelihatannya?
Enggak Pak.
Hah?
Enggak Pak.
Terus kenapa kalau nggak kamu cabut?
Ya Pak, salah Pak. Nanti ganti Pak.
Bukan ganti, dipasang. Spionnya kemana?
Ininya Pak, selek Pak.
Apa selek?
Ininya Pak.
Apa yang selek? Kamu nggak pasang spion, emang sengaja, emang saya nggak tahu.
Enggak Pak.
Hah?
Enggak Pak.
Kamu bisa kebeli motor, nggak bisa kebeli baut?
Ya Pak.
Ngomong selek,
Ya Pak.
ngebubut berapa sih?
Ya Pak.
Bagian ditilang sama polisinya, ngomongnya polisi cari-cari kesalahan, tapi motornya kayak gini, plat nomor ngarang-ngarang sendiri. Udah bikin negara sendiri aja. Kalau nggak mau ngikutin aturan negara Indonesia, kamu bikin negara sendiri, bebas gimana kamu? Kamu mau pakai plat nomor tanpa nomor juga terserah.
Ya Pak.
Unbelievable, eh? It's not just the fact that this young man was stopped by police for having an illegal muffler. His entire demeanor throughout the encounter shows that he has little respect or no respect at all for authorities in general, in this case, the police officer. The motorcycle police officer notices that as well, and also does not hesitate to ask him about what he did wrong. Outside the mufflers being non-stock, thus illegal in Indonesia, well, everywhere in the world, but almost, the mirrors are removed from this motorcycle. Talking about safety, yeah?
Yep.
Another despicable offense, of course. The front license plate is missing. None at all. His answer was, yeah, I need more variation, basically, he said, right?
It looks better.
It looks better, yeah. Because, yeah, it looks better this way, he said, while the black license plate is clearly altered, as there is a number 5 directly in front of the 8, which is just missing. He's just lacked it away and painted it white. Both are tickable offenses, and when this many, it would probably have been easier to simply seize the thing and have his parents, assuming he's still under the age of 18,
It looks
which
young,
looked
right?
like that, yeah, deal with the hassle of picking it up, hearing the charama,
There we go. That's a piece of word we have to explain later.
yeah, by police and pay for some tickets. How it really ended, we don't know, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
To get back on the word charama,
yeah,
charama means preach, religious way.
yeah. So basically,
But it's also used to talk to people in a certain way, explaining manner, maybe a little talking down to someone. That used to talk down to someone, like the kid in the video you saw. The police officer actually was giving him a little bit of trauma, just telling him what the law is and that he was the stupid one of the boat.
The police in this case was just a really correct man. I wonder who this police guy is.
Yes, he was really friendly.
Yeah, he was very friendly, and he was talking about the general safety. And this young guy was just a fool, basically, a bloke that tried to talk back in a rude way, basically. Why, a stupid way, you can say.
He didn't come too far this time.
Yeah, but the police officer was still just doing his job in a correct way. Actually, but yeah, it happened many times in Indonesia. I'm sure people don't have a right plate or no mirrors.
This is really common. Being talked to in this way and showing it on the internet is probably the best way to educate.
No, yeah, exactly. And
You don't want to listen, you have to feel it by being shamed by
exactly.
official police.
That's the same thing. You lose face in that way. You lose your self-esteem, and at the end, the boy was friendly again.
Could have been avoided if he had the correct muffler, if he had his mirrors on, his front license plate on, and his back license plate not blacked out.
So an interesting part about tigers that we talked about last week.
Yes.
We have some more information about that after we did our research a little bit
Yeah, I didn't have
more.
my research done last time, so I
Not finally.
No, I just saw a news article. I thought it was interesting, but apparently it wasn't complete. So I dove into that for a bit, and I found that the tigers we talked about are officially assumed extinct in the 1930s already.
Yeah.
But it was only confirmed in 2008 for the Javanese tiger. They found some DNA from a bunch of hares that they found in a jungle somewhere south of the city of Kabumi, right? Kabumi, yeah. I think it was Kabumi, yeah, in West Java. That hair sample
Was it 2019 then?
yeah, happened a long time ago already, and then weren't able to do proper DNA testing until very recently.
Yeah, they have a new technique for that, and that's why they found out
I think
very recently. This was only confirmed a few months ago, though, as far as I know, at new technology. So the DNA found in the strand of hairs basically was related to a sample taken of a Javanese tiger in 1930.
That's what I mean. So they have samples of DNA from the 1930s, a century ago, which is still viable to do DNA testing on, which is pretty amazing if you ask me.
Yeah, because they can do it just recently.
Yeah, of course.
New technique.
There was no DNA
time.
There was no DNA testing.
No, what DNA was in that time. So further investigation will be needed to confirm the authenticity of the sample, let alone the fact that the Javan tiger still roams around on the islands somewhere. Maybe around the corner here.
We don't know.
Yeah.
One island over, the Balinese tiger, formerly Panthera tigris baelica, was declared extinct only in 2013 after it had not been seen for about a century. One island to the west, the Sumatran tiger, formerly Panthera tigris sumatrae, still exists, but is under existential threat, that's a difficult word for me, of going extinct. All Indonesian tigers were reclassified into the Panthera tigris sondaica subspecies in 2017.
It's interesting that there are several different tiger species are still roaming around Indonesia, and I just curious to, how many, which is still not really clear, and how they survive and where exactly they live. So the thing is with tigers, have been pushed to extinction ever since the Dutch colonial period.
With the Dutch.
It's always the Dutch, yeah, but why can't it that? It was just fake Dutch. With disappearing habitats because of population growth and the need for more agricultural land. And in the 19th century, it was also common to see hunting parties being organized by colonizing powers to kill tigers.
Yep.
The Dutch again, yeah.
The Dutch, but also the English in India.
Yeah, I just the way with all
We were
mostly Dutch, yeah.
the only ones hunting for tigers. So, not a good thing to do in hindsight, but it happened.
But
so.
luckily, there's still some left, so they
Hopefully,
go and...
Proper protection of these majestic animals is in place in the form of written laws. Enforcement, though, is almost non-existent, which is understandable, but education on the subject is even more rare. Even though this could be a perfect example of how humans try to protect animal species.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Indonesia is a very big country. There are also a lot of people living in Indonesia, and that is normal because it's so big for the people to actually live there.
Do they have garages?
Yeah, I think if they usually have a car in there, but you can basically compare it with a big bowl of bakso. Mm-hmm. If you have a big bowl, you can also put a lot of bakso balls in the bowl, or bigger, and that's Indonesia with the people. You can basically compare it with a garage.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have big bakso, you need an even bigger bowl.
Yeah, you need a bigger bowl.
You can also have small baksos.
Yeah, you have small one, then you have bigger balls. Or more balls. But yeah, and more balls if you have smaller baksos, so you can put more in it. So that's great with the garage.
That's really good. This is what we're doing now.
But usually a garage, you put your car in there, right?
If you have a car,
If you have a car,
maybe a neighbor's car.
of your neighbor's car. And if you have a big garage, you can put a lot of bowls with baksos in the garage.
Besides your car.
Besides my car, it's usually used for a car. So if people then ask you like, where's your car? Yeah, in the garage. Oh, what about all the bakso? Yeah, that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
The suspect, currently only identified as a male with initial M, was detected to have left his hometown of Malang earlier as the national police in
En.
Armstad.
Shit.
The suspect, currently only identified as a male with initial M,